Welcome, students and parents and guardians. This is the video as our open house to Honors Earth Environmental Science. I am Melissa Parton, and I will be the teacher for you as the student or for your student if you're the parent this semester in the spring. So a little bit about me. I've been teaching science in Randolph County for about 14 years, and I've taught Earth Environmental Science, AP Environmental Science, Biology, AP Biology, Astronomy, Forensic Science, and Physical Science. I also serve as the lead mentor at Wheatmore, as well as our faculty representative for the Superintendent's Teacher Leader Committee. So as you can see, I've had a wealth of experience and have built up quite a bit of knowledge. And so I'm really excited to help students make connections between the different sciences that they've been learning over the years. A little bit more about me as far as my life outside of school. I've been married for 16 years and we have 5 children. We have Meredith, who is in 7th grade. We have, and I'm going to move this out of the way. We have Nora, who's in 5th grade, Gabe, who's in 3rd grade, Serenity, who's in 2nd grade, and Ariana, who's in 1st grade. And our children go to ATMS and to Hopewell. Our family also has 2 dogs, Naya and Chloe, and 2 cats, Rascal and Simba. And then we also have a bearded dragon. So if you were to come to our house, it would be wild and crazy, but full of love. So when I'm not in school, I like to spend time at the beach or the lake. I like traveling. I like being outside. I like reading, and I love serving at our church. Our family just, we tend to put God first, family second, work third, and everything else after. So that's kind of how I operate. My expectations in the classroom, and that's how what I expect from myself. All right. So let's keep going. So what does my daily schedule look like? Well, so students, when they arrive from 7:45 to 8:15, they will have breakfast and arrive to class within their first period. For me, my first block is planning. So if students need me, they can find me in the hallway. I'll be monitoring the hallways. Second block is when I have this class, so this Honors Earth Environmental Science class. My third, fourth block, that is AP Environmental Science, and each student will find out from their fourth block teacher when they have lunch this semester. And then fifth block, I have honors biology. Now, at the end of the day, if students are on campus and need additional help, they can feel free to come to me on the days that they're on campus for extra tutoring. And I can offer that until about 4:15. If students are learning remotely, they can make appointments with me, and I'll be happy to meet with them on Google Meet by appointment and give them some extra assistance as well. Now, how can you contact me? Email, you always email, so mparton@randolph.k12.nc.us. School phone, if you need to, 476-1500, and my extension is 7211. One of the best ways to contact me is going to be through Remind. And in order to join our class code is @Parton2nd, because we're second block. And if you want to join, but you don't necessarily want to download the app, what you can do is you can text @Parton2nd to the number 81010, and you will get the text alerts. But I highly recommend that you download the app. It's a blue, it has like a think bubble, and it's got a blue background, and it's called Remind. So definitely. By Thursday, I would really love for all students to go ahead, and students and parents, to join Remind. But then again, email is also a great way to contact me if you have any questions. So what are we going to be learning in this course this semester? So a little bit about this course. We're going to be doing kind of a blend of all the different sciences that you've learned. So this is going to include some chemistry, some geology, hydrology, meteorology, and ecology. And so using information from all of these branches of science, we're going to study how the processes that change our planet, right? Like how all that happens, and how it is affected by humans, and how humans affect it, okay? So some of these changes take place in a matter of seconds. Some take millions of years to occur, according to scientists. And so the goal of this course really is to try to understand what makes life possible on Earth, and how human activities affect those natural processes that enable life on Earth. So our course outline looks like this. We're going to spend some time on astronomy and space. I feel like oftentimes that gets missed or forgotten or put off, and students absolutely love learning about it. So I try to put it front and center so we can do something fun in the very beginning. Then we'll look at the lithosphere, which is really kind of, rocks and soil and stuff that students think probably are not very interesting, but we have to understand that stuff in order to understand plate tectonics and volcanoes and earthquakes. So students will, I think, will enjoy this unit a lot. Also do a lot of labs during this time, so students seem to like that. We'll then be spending some time in hydrosphere, which is learning more about the water on Earth. We'll learn then about atmosphere, so meteorology. And hopefully we can make it towards the end, depending on our pacing and how students are understanding with this weird remote hybrid schedule, right? And we'll get into the atmosphere as it affects global climate change. And then we'll finish up with basically ecology. I will be embedding with this weird schedule this year, sustainable living on Earth, embedding it into each of the units. So it'll equate to about 2 weeks, but we'll be having that throughout the whole entire semester. So some required materials. Hopefully by now you've been able to acquire a computer with a webcam and microphone. This is because Google Meets are going to be incredibly important in this classroom. 3-ring binder, or at least a section in the binder. I want students to have their own notebook paper, number 2 pencils, mechanical preferred. Just it reduces the amount of moving around and using the pencil sharpener. But if you don't have that, that's fine. Blue or black pens, that's what scientists use. We don't use neon colored pens. Highlighter, if you have one, colored pencils preferred. And then if you have any Clorox wipes or tissues or even individually wrapped candy left over from Halloween, I'll take it. And then due to COVID, students may want to have their own scissors and glue sticks. However, I do sanitize them after students use them in class. So I have some in class that students can use if they would prefer that as well. So what are my basic expectations? My basic expectations is whether you're learning remotely or you're learning in the classroom, I need you to be on time. I need you to be on task and prepared to learn each day, whether at school or remotely. You will have opportunities to live stream the class from home during the class time every single day, okay? So the Google Meet will start at the beginning of our class time and will end at the end of our class time. So our class starts at trying to think. So I think it's 9:55. And so students can, they'll be expected if they're learning remotely to log in and to join us and be there for live instruction, for my assistance, for review. And so you'll be expected to log on. And the login for our Google Meet will be Parton EES for Earth Environmental Science. So every single time the code will be Parton EES. All right, I expect you to respect the teacher, the classroom, the virtual classroom when we're on Google Meets, others, and yourself. And I need you to be responsible for your own learning. With blended learning, there's a lot of independent learning going on. You're going to need to be able to keep yourself on schedule and on track, which means I highly recommend that you get a schedule of you getting up at the same time every morning and that you're going to bed at a reasonable hour, putting all screens away so you get restful sleep and you're ready for school the next day. I also highly recommend that you make sure that you complete the work for this class within the class block period. So by 9:50, you should be working and you should be finished with your work by the time this class session is over, so that I am available to help you and that you get your work in on time and you don't find yourself getting behind. So the way the grading is going to work, keep in mind that grades are going to be updated by every Tuesday, probably more often for my class. But we're required by the school to update in PowerSchool by 4 p.m. on Tuesdays. So parents, you can sign up for the parent portal for PowerSchool if you haven't already, as well as the Canvas parent app if you've not done that already. I absolutely love that to be able to keep up with my own children. So I'm happy to help you if you need help with how to access that. So the categories of which students are going to be graded are tests, which are going to be 50%. Quizzes and labs make up 35% of the grade. And then class assignments and I say homework, but really it's just going to be class assignments in general. That's going to make up 15% of their grade. All right. So what does testing look like this year? This year, students don't have a North Carolina final exam for this class. That's good news, right? So at the end of this course, they're going to be required to take a teacher-made multiple choice final exam. That's going to count 25% of the final course grade. Now, the really good news is if students are passing the course at the end of the semester and they have less than 2 absences or 2 or less absences, they can be exempt. Some of my students chose to still take it, and it helped their grade. It actually improved their grade. So if students are doing really well, they may opt to want to take the grade or take the exam, but they are technically exempt if they are passing and they've missed no more than 2 days in the course. All right, so just remember, I'm here for you. But before we close this up, I just want to explore Canvas a little more and show you some, just discuss some daily expectations when you log in. So this is my course from this past semester, okay? And I am going to go into student view, so that way you can see what you're going to see, okay? So when you log into the course, what you're going to see is up at the top, you're going to have announcements. And I'm going to have always the 3 most recent announcements are going to be there for you. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the announcement and you're going to want to read it, okay? It's going to be really important that you read it. And so once you've read your announcement, go back to home. Okay, and then you're going to scroll down. Now notice that I, throughout the semester, give Golden Apple Awards to my students based on something awesome that I see them doing in the classroom. So maybe your name will be up there. You will then see my picture. I'm not sure why it's not showing up now. I'll have to fix that. But you'll see here that you're going to have how to contact me in case you forget. And then there's going to be an attendance form as you scroll down. So you're going to want to log your attendance every single day. I would prefer you to log it in at the beginning of the day. No matter when your class is for me, so that way I have a record of it. If for whatever reason that day that you have forgotten to log your attendance, I need you to send me a screenshot showing me that you definitely worked in the course the day before, and then I'll make sure to fix your attendance. Okay. But make sure as long as you've logged in your attendance sometime during the day, I will count it. All right. And then as you go down, you'll see that there's going to be a running feed of our Remind messages. So if you wanted to check that, you could. And if you wanted to join, say that you have not signed up for Remind and you have not joined the class, when you log into Canvas, you can do it from there as well. Okay. Now you'll notice that there's a to-do list. I recommend that you do not use this to-do list to complete your assignments. Instead, I would like for you to go to modules. When you go to modules, you'll see a running list of assignments, okay? And so if we're looking here, you'll notice that there are due dates here, right? As well as view. And these will get, when you do either view or mark as done, once you've completed the assignment, you will get green checks, okay? Now for this one, it says you have to submit in order to get the green check. So you want to make sure that all of these circles are checked off, and that will indicate to you that you've completed everything you need to complete within the module before moving on. Now keep in mind that I will open up each week's assignments on Monday morning, and they will be closed and locked Sunday at 11:59, and you will not have the chance to go back and finish and complete them. So work for the week must be completed in the week that it is assigned. All right. If you have any questions about that or any concerns, if something happens, some extenuating circumstance, just reach out to me. When you want to go check out your grades, you just have to click grades, and that will get you to where you can look at what your current grades in the course is, how many zeros you may have. And so that is there for you. So you probably don't want to just say, Ms. Parton, what's my current grade, or what grades am I missing? I'm going to say, hey, go and check for yourself. Go into grades on Canvas, and it is there. And your grade in Canvas should match what you have also in PowerSchool. If you notice there's any discrepancies, please contact me, because there shouldn't be. All right. If you want a shortcut to Google Meet, you can just click this, and that will take you to a Google Meet where you can then open up in a new tab, and you would enter in our code, which is going to end up being Parton EES. for Earth Environmental Science, and that will allow you to join our meeting. Okay. And then our syllabus will be posted here. And you can use this as basically a reference for you for research. And then to get back to your dashboard, you would just hit dashboard, or you can click on your different courses that are available. Okay, so this is the expectation. So every single day, I expect you to log your attendance. I expect you to read your emails, your Canvas messages, your Remind messages. I expect you to read your announcements, okay, for the day, and then get to work and be present in our Google Meet on time. All right, so I think this concludes this video of Open House, of acquainting you with my course. We have our first Google Meet, which is going to be on Wednesday morning at 9:55, since that is the beginning of second block. Yes, 9:55. Your code is going to be Parton EES to get in, and I will have all of that included in our first announcement for tomorrow. So if you've already forgotten this information, go to your first announcement tomorrow in the Canvas course and look for this information. All right, guys, it's been great to get to know you one way right now, but I'm excited to get to know you in class and get to know you remotely. Have a wonderful day and reach out to me with any questions you may have.